We love this segment every Thursday. This morning we are back with News 4's Mornings with a Mayor.
Once again, San Antonio Mayor Gina Ortiz Jones is joining us this morning to discuss some of the key issues with our city. Good morning, Mayor. Thanks so much for joining us.
Great to be with you.
Coming every Thursday. Now, this morning, City Council is set to vote on the over $4 billion budget. Top priorities of the budget always include public safety. Now, I know that some of the council members have wanted to amend adding more police officers, bringing the total number to police officers added is 65. Are we going to do that?
Well, we'll see. We've had several good conversations over the last couple of days. I think, as I shared with you all, though, this is a really tough time. This is the first time in many years that we are building a budget and trying to address a deficit. Right,
and the deficit is what again? So
the deficit is as a result of property taxes being flat, sales taxes being flat, airport revenues also being lower than expected. So all of those things are contributing to why we have a little bit of a gap in 26. But the real challenge, the very real challenge, is 27. The gap there is expected to be 150 million.
Because it's at about 30 million right now.
Not quite that high. Okay. Not quite that high. 20-ish is what it was, but 150 in 27 if we don't help ourselves. And again, I always take a long view of these things. If we don't help ourselves, it grows to 220 million by 2030. And so what I've really encouraged my colleagues and the staff to do is help us understand what can we do in 26 to help ourselves in 27 so that we can also experience some of those benefits and decrease the debt by 2030. There's just not a lot of places to go as we look to decrease this. So we've got to be smart about how we understand bringing any additional costs forward, understanding the sooner you bring them on, you're going to be paying for them for a lot longer. I think we've also had really thoughtful conversations about other things that can also contribute to public safety. We asked Chief McManus, hey, what is your request to us of 25 officers? What is that based on? He says workload. Okay, well, there are other things we can do to decrease workload in the immediate and in the long term. And so I think we've got to be also strategic about those investments, and we tried to do that here.
I am not an economist and won't even act like I am one, but I am smart enough to know my Lee High School math tells me you need more coming in than you have going out,
100%,
right?
100%.
So bottom line this, make it real simple for our viewers here. How do you, in my terms, bring more in? Like you were talking about all these things going out, so how can we make more money as a city?
Well, I think we've got to think about our costs and our long-term investments at the same time. That's why I keep saying with the Spurs deal, what would I like to see? Revenue sharing. Revenue sharing. So when some of the most lucrative aspects of that deal, whichever company gets to put their name on the side of that arena, it's called naming rights. Normally, that's like $10 million a year. Our fair share of concessions, our fair share of parking. You know why? Because all of that money can go into that same pot that we need to pay for more cops. We need to pay for libraries and senior centers, all these other things. So we can't think of our budget as a standalone when we've got real opportunities to help ourselves and strengthen the general fund. We've got to think about those major investments in that context.
A lot of the federal funding is being removed from the budget. How are we trying to deal with that, offset those losses?
Yes, thank you for raising that. And this is in particular in Metro Health. Metro Health is our public health entity at the city. Their budget is about $80 million. 50% of that is from federal grants. And so we will see real cuts in that area October 26. But again, that's, as Dr. Claude Jacob has described it, who leads Metro Health, that's going to be like a fiscal cliff. Right, it's going overnight. And so our challenge, I think, at the city is really how do we ensure we've got sufficient services? Because what is happening at that same time, not only will we see those federal grants go away, we will also begin to see the implementation of cuts to the most vulnerable. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, CHIP, SNAP. So our funds to help people are going to go away. At the same time, the people that need our help will also see less money in their pockets. So and if I may, one of the things we're trying to do to help ourselves understand the gravity of this. So in the Air Force, we call it a war game. But here, we're going to call it a tabletop, right? A friendlier term. But a tabletop, what it does is say, hey, if this, then this. What it does is help you put a scenario forward, help you challenge your assumptions, and help you understand where you might have a blind spot. This is really important because not only are we seeing cuts, the county is seeing cuts, Some of our partners in the community are also seeing cuts. So how can we understand some of these challenges together and understand how we can better collaborate? So I'm looking forward to doing that tabletop, and we'll do that again soon. We'll begin putting that in motion in early October once we finalize this budget.
Folks may see 30 million or so set aside for the homeless issue in San Antonio, for lack of better words. What are the numbers you're seeing here? What are the problems that you're seeing that you would commit that amount of money to helping that?
Well, I mean, we've got to invest in prevention. We've got to invest in additional things like permanent supportive housing. You know, there isn't a silver bullet to that, and it's so complicated. Everything from resources to invest in prevention, in substance abuse, and mental health resources. All of that contributes to the state of our homeless population. I think we all recognize we need to do a better job there and think about it holistically. And so I'm encouraged by the unit that's going to stand up and help us do that.
Name some of the programs that money will go towards.
Sure.
Does it say ministries?
Yeah, I mean, I think these are, again, a lot of the prevention pieces. I think we've also want to make sure that we're doing better data collection. One of the things that has come up quite a bit is they're called sweeps. And so our neighbors will call in and say, hey, there's some activity here around some of our homeless community. Those sweeps will come in. What we have asked for is, hey, give us some data. How much money are we spending going after the same sites and cleaning the same sites? Is there a better way to address some of those things? I think we all recognize as a council, though, this is both, I mean, those encampments are public safety concerns for the people that are living there.
Yeah.
They're also public safety concerns if folks don't feel safe in their communities. I think we also recognize they're also an economic issue. Yeah, if we're trying to attract businesses downtown, if you turn around every corner and there's a homeless person there, that's not the kind of environment that we want, nor frankly that I think is safe. So
it's not safe.
We're looking at all of those things together while trying to also be compassionate. Right?
Mayor, thank you so much. We're out of time. We do this before we go. Happy birthday
yes.
to yes.
Happy birthday to all my fellow airmen there, 78 years old, very excited. Let me also say, I mean, we're in San Antonio, a happy Hispanic Heritage Month to all of my airmen and frankly all of those serving.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
78 years for the United States Air Force.
Thank you.
Mayor, thank you so much. Good luck on the budget.